Tonight, we report on the arrest of a teenager for the murder of Brandon Mende and how the construction is progressing for the Columbia Basin Skills Center. What's going on in sports, Bob?
Big Bend basketball split games on the road last night. Stick around to find out which team is in a must-win situation Saturday. Let's take a look at the Weather Center forecast.
And from the Weather Center, we'll take a quick look into the weekend. It's a little chilly and maybe even a little more light snow by Sunday morning, but all in all, not too bad.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Michael David Meyer, a 17-year-old Moses Lake boy, was arrested this morning for the murder of Brandon Mende. Mende was shot and killed in the yard of a home in the 6,000 block of Turnkey Road in Larson early Sunday morning. Meyer was arrested for murder in the first degree at 425 North Grape Drive in Moses Lake. Grant County Sheriff Tom Jones thanked everyone who supplied information to the police, including witnesses and people providing tips. Jones said the teamwork of sheriff's deputies, Moses Lake Police, and the marshals was a great force in this case. This is a great example of what can happen when we have citizen and law enforcement cooperation. People driving along Quincy's Division Street should expect construction this summer. The City Council approved a $1 million bid from Moses Lake's Advanced Excavation to rebuild a section of the street. The company will rebuild the road and add a sidewalk and curb to one side of the street. The State Transportation Improvement Board gave the city a $1.2 million grant to pay for the project. Mayor Jim Hembury said the city will be responsible for about 30% of the cost. City Administrator Tim Sneed said a half-mile section of the street needs to be repaired and the construction completes a multi-year plan to rebuild the road. The project is expected to take 80 days once work starts. If you're looking for a good time with your sweetheart, reporter Spencer Graham has an idea.
The Moses Lake Chamber of Commerce is hosting a Sweetheart Ball fundraiser tomorrow to raise money for the deteriorating roof.
We had some wind damage done to our roof, and so the insurance company's repairing a portion of it, but not the whole roof, and we found that the whole roof does need to be replaced. So trying to raise some funds so we can do that. We need about $15,000, and since it's February, we opted to do Sweetheart Ball, but there were several other events happening last week on Valentine's Day, so we bumped it a week. So it's this Friday, February 21st, starting at 6 p.m., and it'll go into the 11 o'clock midnight time frame. We have Foolish Fortune playing, so there'll be dancing music. It'll be a dinner as well as a silent and live auction.
To register, visit moseslake.com or call the Chamber at 509-765-7888, extension 100. The cost to attend is $75 per person and $500 per table of 8.
I'm just looking forward to everybody coming out and having a great evening. It's always a nice time to socialize with one another and an opportunity to get dressed up, go have a wonderful dinner out at Pillar Rock, and we have great things on deck as far as live and silent auction items. So an opportunity to get some great things as well as support the community.
Pillar Rock Grill is located at 1373 Road F2 Northeast in Moses Lake. The event gets underway at 6 p.m. For iFIBER 1 News, this is Spencer Graham.
Thank you, Spencer. The State Department of Corrections asked you to help with the arrest of people with outstanding warrants. Here are 2 they are looking for.
Each of the people you see here has warrants for their arrest and is wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the Department of Corrections asks that you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m.
We will be back after this.
If it's metal, we buy it at J&K Recycling, from junk cars to farm equipment and everything in between. We are looking to buy industrial and construction equipment, Iron and steel, copper, brass, or aluminum, we buy scrap metal of any kind. We can come to you to clean up your junk so you don't have to. Give J&K Recycling a call today. Remember, if it's metal, we buy it.
Give your car the bath of a lifetime at Glass House Car and Dog Wash. Our personal attendants will focus on your vehicle's needs, and our new touchless technology guarantees the best wash possible. And as always, our tire scrubbers and rim spray will increase the life of your tires and leave them gleaming. Water spots don't fly here. We will hand dry your vehicle every time. Get in, get out, get clean at the Glass House Car and Dog Wash, located at 914 North Stratford Road in Moses Lake.
And hi there, everybody. Meteorologist Don Morelli with you here on iFIBER Channel 1 News. Your weather, of course, brought to you by Bud Clary Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Taking a quick look at the headlines, we have a chilly weekend coming our way and maybe even a little light snow overnight Saturday night into Sunday morning, particularly the northern half of the Columbia Basin. But the big news is that tomorrow, if you have a chance to get out and enjoy it, why don't you? Looking like a beautiful afternoon on Friday to end the work week. After that, we start the cooling trend with the cold 20s in the mornings for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and daytime highs below normal, only into the 30s. And then late in the work week, as we try to warm things up, moisture comes back and we get a little unsettled. So we'll talk about that in just a second. But right now, take a look back. 50 degrees the afternoon high, 27 the morning low here in Ephrata. Not too bad at all. And looking at 51 and 35 for the extremes in Moses Lake. So again, not too bad of an afternoon for most areas. We had some overnight snow showers close by. Didn't quite make it here in the city, but some areas in northern areas of Columbia Basin saw a little snow. Now all that snow is into the inland northwest. They've been getting hammered in the higher elevations there. 45 right now, a great settling sun out there with the evening. Breeze though, still a little gusty. Now they were up to 20-25 miles an hour. Not as strong as yesterday, but still gusty. Here we go through the next 72 hours or so. Taking a look overnight tonight, looking at not too bad of a night as we start our Friday. As I mentioned, it's just going to be a beautiful day. Afternoon clouds here and there, but generally a very, very nice seasonal day, a quiet day. Nothing big coming our way, but notice on Saturday into Sunday morning, a disturbance coming across the British Columbia coast through the Puget Sound into our vicinity, and you see the result. A little light snow, as I mentioned. At this point, it's, 36, 48 hours away, so any accumulations at this point is sort of guesswork. But I think maybe a dusting to an inch or two in northern sections, not out of the question. Looking to our west for our Friday, look at those temperatures in the mid to high 40s. Inland northwest, which had quite a bit of snow earlier today, mid 30s, that's all. And as we zoom in into our area, very, very nice Friday with seasonal temperatures, mid to possibly upper 40s with plenty of sunshine. A few puffy afternoon clouds, but no complaints. I do not want to hear one person complaining about tomorrow's weather. You are allowed to complain about Saturday night, Sunday morning with a little light snow coming on in, but I guess you're also allowed to complain if it's too cold for you the next few days. Watch out later in the week. It may get messy again by Thursday, Friday. Well, keep it here on iFIBER Channel 1 News. Sports is coming up next.
Build anything with the new Toyota Tundra. Toyota, let's go places.
At High Mountain Hunting Supply, we have a saying that guides us. If we won't use it in the field, we won't sell it in the store. We take that seriously. Every gun, every rod, every bow that we sell is a product you can feel confident will help you land the biggest fish or harvest the biggest game. Our experts will help you find the right product for your needs. Come see us at 12238 North Frontage Road in Moses Lake or 223 North Mission in Wenatchee. High Mountain Hunting Supply, your source for hunting and fishing.
Welcome back. I'm Bob Kirkpatrick with today's sports. Big Bend basketball split games on the road with Wenatchee Valley College last night. The Lady Vikings took the floor first and dropped a close 56-52 contest to the Lady Knights. Despite only hitting 29% of its field goals in the first half, Big Bend led 27-23 at the break in the low-scoring contest. The Lady Vikings shot 50% from the floor in the second half, but only managed to put 25 points on the board. Aubrey Vale led the way for Big Bend with 20 points. Sam Orm and Riley Jamette finished with 12 each. The loss drops the Lady Vikings to 6-7 in the NWAC East Region Conference. 3 losses in a row now has put Big Bend in a must-win situation Saturday if the team expects to make it to postseason play. The Lady Vikings play the 6-7 Lady Sasquatch from Spokane at 2 p.m. One of the teams will qualify for the playoffs. The season will end for the other. The second game of the night was all Big Bend. The running Vikes, Brendan Westendorf, was on fire, hitting for 40 points to lead Big Bend to a 102-73 blowout win over Wenatchee Valley. Sean McDonald added 18 points, Victor Guerrero had 16, and Sean Spencer finished with 12. The win was the 5th in a row for the team and puts the running Vikes at 9-4 and into the second place in the NWAC East Region standings with 1 game left in the regular season. Treasure Valley at 10-3 has clinched the conference title. Big Bend has secured the East #2 seed for the NWAC Championship Tournament that gets underway at the Toyota Center in Kennewick March the 1st. The running Vikes will play a first-round game with the North Conference #3 seed Bellevue Bulldogs at 10 p.m. Big Bend closes out the regular season Saturday at home against Spokane. The contest tips off at 4 p.m. The Moses Lake boys basketball team heads to Yakima tomorrow night for a district first-round loser-out game with the Davis Pirates. The game is scheduled for a 7 p.m. start. And the Chiefs girls team hosts Eisenhower in a first-round matchup Friday at 7. Damian Dotson and Joseph Young combined for 23 second-half points, sparking Oregon to a 78-71 win over the University of Washington in Pac-12 basketball action Wednesday. The Ducks' Mike Mosier had 20 points in Coach Dana Altman's 500th Division I win. Paris Blackwell led Washington with 17 points. Be sure and tune in Saturday afternoon at 2 p.m. for iFIBER 1 Sports live coverage of Big Bend basketball. And good luck to all those local area wrestlers and swimmers participating in state tournaments this weekend. That's it for sports. We'll be right back after this.
We believe in home and all the magical things that come with it. We believe in living rooms with forts made from sofa cushions and blankets. We believe in the man cave, the woman cave, and finally, we believe that our calling in life is to find the home that's perfect for you. Coldwell Banker, fulfilling dreams for over 100 years.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Kono. I am your local iFIBER Farmers Insurance Agent. Here at Cheryl Kono Insurance Agency, our customers always come first. We don't just work here, we live here. Please stop by the office, call, email, or Facebook me for a free auto, home, life, business, or farm and ranch quote today. We are insurance. We are farmers. Come in for a free quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Our spotlight story tonight is about the progress on the Columbia Basin Technical Skills Center. Here with the story is Jeff Chu.
The Columbia Basin Technical Skills Center is seeing some finishing touches as it approaches completion, according to its director.
We are at the final stages. We are about 90% complete. There's supposed to be, April 3rd is supposed to be substantial completion with final completion on May 3rd, if all goes as well. We hope to have students in here starting April 15th.
The center, south of Moses Lake High School, will officially open to 200 students in mid-June. It will house educational and training programs that can translate into local skills-based jobs. Job training to be offered include advanced manufacturing, culinary arts, video game programming, entrepreneurship, life sciences, and global health. Other training offered will be multi-crafts pre-apprenticeships, pre-engineering, professional medical careers, cosmetology, welding, and automotive technology.
Those programs are full at 22 students per session, so that's 22 in the morning, 22 in the afternoon, and if we can get a third session, 22 in the late afternoon. And it all depends on how many students sign up. So this building is full with approximately 200 students each session. We will open for our first session of summer school on June 16th, and it goes until July 2nd, and then we'll start a second session of summer school that starts on July 7th. We will have a grand opening on July 1st.
Armstrong, who has long been a vocational educator for Moses Lake High School, offers tours of the facility at 9 a.m. every Thursday. Exterior glass was installed for the winter, with wiring and classroom equipment now being installed in every corner of the center. CB Tech, as it is called, will be mainly powered by a solar array.
On the top of this building, there are 150 solar panels. The Grant County PUD has to buy back $5,000 worth of alternative energy from those solar panels. They buy it from us at 25 cents a kilowatt hour, and we buy it back from them at 2 cents a kilowatt hour to be used in the building. So the theory is that we shouldn't have an electricity bill.
A large-scale CB Tech dedication ceremony is set for July 1st.
That will be dignitaries from around the state, people that have really worked hard in the last few years to get the funding possible, and that they've been over and visited legislature and our representatives that have made this happen.
Armstrong said the center ranks #1 in the state.
This is the newest skill center. The last two that have been funded are CB Tech, and then Walla Walla was funded for a very small skill center. I believe they have 4 programs. So this is the premier skill center in the state right now. It's the newest, and it has the most up-to-date industry equipment in it.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
We will be right back after this.
6 years ago, my dad began having issues with headaches, sore throats, and constant fatigue. He tried treating the problem with over-the-counter medications and lots of caffeine. Finally, he talked to his doctor, who confirmed our suspicions. Dad had sleep apnea. He didn't like the idea of using a CPAP, but after trying it one night, he was convinced. We found everything he needs for a much better quality of life at In-Home Medical.
Let's go back to where better ingredients, better pizza first began.
Road trip. Wow, 1984.
Let's celebrate.
Celebrate 30 years of Papa John's. Get a large one-topping pizza for just 30 cents when you buy any large pizza at regular menu price.
30-cent pizza. Now that's pretty cool.
This is what's cool.
No, that's just wrong. Stick to better ingredients.
Better pizza?
Papa John's.
Papa John's.
Please.
In Northwest news, Republican State Senator Janaea Holmquist Newbury of Moses Lake is running for the U.S. House seat being given up by retiring U.S. Representative Doc Hastings. Newbury announced her campaign on Wednesday. Hastings announced last week that he will not seek re-election to the Central Washington seat the Republican has held for 20 years. Newbury was first elected to the State House of Representatives in 2001. In 2006, at age 31, she became the youngest woman ever to be elected to the state Senate. She currently serves as chairwoman of the Senate Commerce and Labor Committee. Former professional football player Clint Didier is already a Republican candidate for the open seat, and more candidates are expected in the right-leaning district. iFIBER is working on creating an Explorer program for teenagers and young adults to learn about and help the police. In Oregon, one teenager with Explorer training took matters into his own hands to break up a fight between 2 homeless men. Reporter Mike Benner has the story.
Go through some doors with flashbangs, get to go through some doors with just smoke grenades.
Rashawn Lenkow loves those video games where he pretends to be a police officer. He's been fascinated with law enforcement since he was a young kid. He even enrolled in the Explorer program with the LA County Sheriff's Office before moving to Portland.
What I learned from other officers and sergeants and stuff, they always tell me something or nothing can turn into something at any time.
Anytime came Monday afternoon. The 15-year-old was near Southwest 5th and Star when he noticed a homeless man brutally attacking another homeless man.
After the first 5 seconds, I'm thinking, well, I can't sit here and hope and pray for somebody to actually break up the fight and try to save this guy. So I'm actually going to step in and do something.
Rashawn ran over and broke up the fight. But he didn't stop there. Using the tools he had from the Explorer program, he attempted a citizen's arrest on the attacker.
He starts clenching his fists, really angry, like he's about to punch me in the face. And then that's when I pull out my flashlight and shine it bright in his eyes.
The blinding light was disorienting. It allowed Rashawn to get his handcuffs on the suspect, who is 32 years his senior.
Why did you just attack this guy? And then he lies to me straight up and says, no, I did not attack him.
A lot of you may be wondering why a teenager is taking matters into his own hands. After all, the suspect, Jared Green, is 6 feet, 200 pounds. Well, what you don't know is that Rashawn is 6'5", 250. But his size alone isn't why he acted.
I don't want to see someone die. I don't want to hear about that on news. Like, I was just right there and I actually could have done something about it. Like, I actually could have saved that person.
Roshan says he wants to go into law enforcement when he gets older. That's going to do it for us here at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.